Hello, we are live. Welcome, Vagabond and everyone else.
Huh?
So,
Vagabond and everyone else.
we've got today in actual chat, we have got the players themselves who are going to respond to you and stuff and everything. So you can ask them direct questions and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, so we're already starting late because it's tradition to start late, and you know it's what we like to do. Can't change now. So we're just gonna if you've not seen D&D before, this is the game. There's no like fancy graphics. There's no character running around on screen. It's us as a cooperative storytelling led by Mike there, Captain Gingerbeard, the DM, and then the four of us sort of play along and do a cooperative game and try not to die, which I fail at a lot. So yeah, that's over to you, Mr. DM Mike.
Well, you could die. I mean, it's a very big possibility. It often happens, or it has happened in the past quite often. But no,
3 times.
I'm going to give you a quick recap of things that happened the last game, and I was racking my brain this afternoon because I realised I didn't actually write down any notes on what happened last session, and I was sat there thinking, what did actually happen? Because so much happened. But here they are in bullet point. There are a few of them, unfortunately. Was there anything I was going to bring up beforehand? Yes. Podcasts and Patreon. Now, I sort of discussed with the guys, and this is for anyone watching, of course, I sort of discussed with the guys over the week possibility of creating this as a podcast. So of course we're playing live now. This will become onto YouTube a few days later. Personally, myself, I'm a window cleaner and I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts. My favourite D&D podcasts are I listen to those regularly. The shows alike, I listen to them regularly. Of course, they have a live stream, they have a YouTube. If it's something you think you would like to listen to opposed to watch, then please do let us know if you'd be interested. I did post this question on our Facebook page, which is Vaybaba D and ampersand and D. If you're not already a member on there, go and join it. But please do let us know because it's something we're sort of looking into. Of course, unfortunately, podcasting does cost a little bit of money. And not that we're all particularly poor, but if you would like to help us out and donate in a Patreon that could support a podcast as well, that would be fantastic. And of course, we'll figure out some things we could do to help you or give you more content, whether that's behind the screen, whatever. But anyway, the recap for episode number 3. The party started out at Hawkstone. They ended up there from episode 2. Episode 3, they started in Hawkstone, and they quickly realised upon having breakfast, Logan wasn't being satisfied. He was still quite hungry. But a lot was going on. After removing the rock from the island, travel could resume via the Messengers Guild. And so they received communication from a naval chap who was bringing documents from Waterhold to Hawkston that their presence was required by Lord Ulgrit. When they arrived at Hawkstone, at Waterhold, they went to see Lord Ulgrit and they were thanked for removing the rock. And he sort of mentioned there might be a few little jobs around the town for them, one of them mainly being aiding the Turtles in removing a kraken from the bay. Later on, the party were talking and a letter came in to him, and they were asked if they could stay within the town with an escort. They were under arrest, but not really under arrest. The guy, Lord Ulgrit, he didn't quite understand what's going on at the time. So they left, and And that's where Ben's character Mugnef had, in fact, discovered that he might be able to know what was going on with the stone golem up on the hill via some notes he'd made, and he used a spell to decipher what was going on, and he came out with a certain message, which of course led to more mystery, I suppose. However, Logan was quite content on getting into the marketplace to get to the bottom of why he was constantly hungry. So that led to a scuffle in the marketplace with the wizard that had dealt him a card from the deck of many things. Gosh, so much happened in the last episode. I know it was a big RP session, but so much happened. So much happened. So that we had this scuffle with this wizard. Eventually, after this huge argument, which nearly ended in Logan being banished, the group went off to a pub called the Waterfront Inn. When we arrived there, Wolfer decided he was going to commune finally with the demon, or he had a demonic pact as a warlock, and this dagger he was given enabled him to have an actual communication with the demon he has his pact with, Zinanaton. He needed to fight, so he went off to find the horses, which they have borrowed and still not paid for, I might add. And he murdered one of the horses to get blood to sacrifice to this demon, Zinanaton. And asked questions, one of them being, how do we get rid of the demon which is plaguing Logan? We found out that there is a way, but Zinanaton didn't know what it was. I mean, why would he? He just wanted to be sacked from his own plane. So Walter returned to the Waterfront Inn, and finally, and I'm being very, very brief here in this room, because like I said, a lot of things happened. The escort they had with them, which was just a general naval dog's body, they were all sat at a table, having a drink, having some food, trying to figure out things, and his head finally slumps onto the table. And that's where we're going to start today. People in the pub, patrons of the pub, are all looking about, shocked. It's a very well-to-do pub, as we discovered in the labs. They're all looking about, they're all very confused, they're all very puzzled what is going on. A few people aghast, and one woman in particular, I believe, screamed out, "Murder! There's been a..." So, the group find themselves in the tavern, the Waterfront Inn, and with all this going on, a waiter comes over to the table and drops a note onto the desk, on the table, should I say. Any one of you could read it. It's all in common, and it just says, "Meet me outside the pub, left-hand alleyway." And that's where I leave it to you.
Oh, first of all, I'm going to have a look where the rest of the body is and see if there's something next to it. He's chopped his head off. Is there anybody standing over the body?
The body...
Well, the head's on the table. The body must be still in the chair.
No. He wasn't decapitated. He slumped over.
Oh.
Like literally bowl of soup, pump, head's gone into it. That sort of thing. He's not. He hasn't been decapitated. Yeah, he hasn't been decapitated. So you could investigate to see if he's alive. I mean, it's not a high deal. He's right there, but people are looking at you and the table and like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, I suppose we better just...
We should just go.
Yeah, but we'll have to take him with us. If we leave him behind, he will with the savage kind of a better guard, so maybe we should just make sure he's okay first. So, could I do a medicine check if you would mind?
Yeah, you can roll out a medicine check.
I will roll a medicine check unless anyone else is good at medicine.
To what end are you going for? Are you going for?
I'm just trying to vaguely power along for a pulse to make sure he is still alive or breathing, you know? If I can feel the misty fog of his breath.
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 13.
Yeah, I mean it's not difficult. He's just there, slumped over in front of you. His head is on the table, probably off to one side, and you can tell he is alive. He is breathing. He appears to be heavily sedated, but like I said, you have this note which has said, "Meet me outside in the alleyway."
Cash me outside.
Then I will shout
Catch me outside.
Okay, it's okay. He's just a lightweight lager drinker. Can't hold his beers.
Yes, I'll pick up the note and say, I suggest we leave.
I'll give the bartender a coin to get some fellas to take him up to a bed or a room or something. You know, help him along.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly sort of summon
Yeah, just like
someone over.
he's drank
probably
too much.
be-
Go and get him a bed and some rest.
It'll probably be the same waiter that comes along, and yeah, you can certainly do that. And he sort of looks at you, and he looks at the body, and he's like, "Guy, the body." You know, he's like, "Okay, we'll do something." And people are still looking, and the waiter probably suggests to people, "Just go back about your business, please. Just eat, drink, please."
Move
People
along,
sort of-
people. Nothing to see here.
Pretty much. I mean, they're paying attention to it, but I mean, I think a lot of people have heard there are a group in town which have already caused a bit of a stir. So, what would you like to do?
Did anybody see who dropped
Yeah,
this? He points at the note thing that Mugneth were looking at.
So,
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't say anyone could have picked it up. I just said
no,
to.
no. I'm just saying. Did anyone see who dropped the note there?
Yeah, it was the waiter.
Oh, it was the waiter himself?
Yeah, he literally came past the table and just dropped it and carried on. And
So
then if you're going to try
Did
and
we
summon
notice whether it was the waiter that went out, or did he just carry on about his business?
he carried on his business. But when you sort of said, "Oh, can someone deal with this?" and there's a coin involved, he came back and
Right.
then went off. Probably to find someone to help him deal with this person who's passed out on the table.
Mugneth's not too loud, he says. I suggest we follow the letter's suggestion. Let's go out.
I agree, but let's be wary. He just walks out, but he's got his hand like on his sword, not drawn, but just sort of wary.
All I can ever see with you and that sword is that picture of The Witcher, where it's sort of like Geralt looks angry, but his sword looks happy. You know.
Hey, I've got the very much shortened version of the hair to match now.
You do.
So yeah, if everyone's agreed, I reckon we make our way out.
That's cool. That's fine. I just need to.
All in favour? Say.
Is it dark outside?
No, it was about lunch. And you've
Oh, it's
only
just after
really
lunch.
just taken some food and some drink on board, so you're only about an hour or so in.
Oh
So
right,
it's-
I thought it was dark when it killed the horse. That's when I put the horse.
No. It was daytime. It was daytime.
No,
Which I think is why I was so surprised that you decided to do it when you did.
Just middle of the day, just hike up this horse. Ha! Move along, it's
Look,
fine.
look.
He was
I need
diseased.
light for my veterinary activities, okay?
Well, going on outside, if that's where you're going to go, you follow the instructions and you head into the alleyway, and
left.
there are barrels from the pub. Some of them are wooden, some of them are metal, obviously contained beer, wine, that sort of thing. But from behind one of them appears a figure in a cloak which comes all the way down to their feet, hooded, but there's like a mask across the front of the across the front of the hood as well. And it's a figure. She must be about 5'6" or something like that. I say she. I've given it away. It's
You there, wench! Why have you summoned us?
You wouldn't have been able to tell it was a woman from the cloak, but anyway, a female voice sort of comes from behind the mat and says, "Oh, I'm so glad that you could join me. Did you? You obviously got my note.
We did.
You weren't too shocked by the poor chap who took a tumble in there."
Actually, I was shocked.
Shook.
Oh.
I
Well,
was
I'm
shook
terribly
at
sorry to hear
false.
that. I shouldn't worry. He's just asleep. It's a simple sleeping potion.
May we have the pleasure of knowing
Lightweight.
the name of who summoned us?
Yes, I shall give you my name. My name is Harriet Gloryweaver.
Harriet?
I saw
Glory.
you in the marketplace.
Well met. I am Logan.
Nice to meet you, Logan.
Is she
Yes.
human?
Oh, good point.
You can't tell because she's hooded with the mask. All you can really see of her is her eyes between.
Are you human?
I am indeed
got this.
human. Yes, I am a human.
I got this, straight up. These are my travelling companions. This is Mugneth, Walther, and HK. Pleasure to meet you.
And I am very pleased to meet all of you finally. I have, I know a great deal about you and your endeavours.
Pray tell how you know so much of us, and why you have summoned us.
Listen, this is not the place for such a conversation. I have taken you out of that pub rather quickly and rather abruptly. I'm more than happy to answer all the questions you have, but we cannot do it here.
What are you suggesting?
Well, I do have a safe house, which you are more than welcome to join me at, if you wish. I am not going to force you. Of course, the Admiralty provided you with a chaperone. I have taken care of that chaperone so I can get you on your own. If you want to go back to that chaperone, you may do so. If you want to follow me and get the answers you require, then please do
Safe.
so.
What happens when he wakes up? Won't he have a word with his...
Listen, I am very well connected, and that will be all dealt with. The sooner we can get back to my safe house, the better.
What do you
If
reckon,
we
guys?
need to be back with him when he wakes up, we can just be back in the same room as he wakes. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
Except for the unfortunate theatrical performance where a lot of people saw this all happen. I
I
think
said just assume he can't hold his drink. It'll be fine.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. I say we go. I'm intrigued.
it is entirely your choice. You can come with me, I will acquire you another way. Or you can go back to the pub, or I don't mind, whatever you want to do.
This safe house you speak of, how far is it?
Well, we have two options. We can go via the streets, but I don't recommend it. You are, of course, being watched. Or we can go via a slightly more secretive method. There are some sewers underneath this town. We can go that way, and, we'll arrive there much quicker. I cannot, however, guarantee it is entirely safe to go via the sewers. They are tidal. Although we are low tide right now, things tend to end up in the sewers that might not have been there otherwise.
Out of curiosity, why didn't you just come to the pub and sit next to us and have a word with us?
It's not the way that I do things.
So you just cause mischief and chaos.
No, not mischief or chaos. I have a way of getting mark, and you are my mark. I wanted you, and I wanted you to come quickly. If I were to come and sit next to you, that would suggest we're open to debate. There is no debate here. I just wanted you to come out here so that I can take you somewhere safe.
We were safe in the inn with a drink.
I don't think any
Before-
sitting in pubs drinking is particularly safe.
Before we
Any
make
number
our
of people could be
decision,
listening to you.
do you work for a larger group or an individual, or can you at least give us something to?
Listen, there isn't much time to be stood here debating, but yes, I work for a much larger group. My family is known as the Shadows, but we cannot really discuss.
I've never heard of someone so sort of nice yet so like sketchy ever. It's just like, come with us. It's super safe house. May not be safe. We are the Shadows.
My name is Gloria Backstabber.
I knew your father, Hank Marvin. Let's just go. It'll be fine.
Speaking of which,
if you don't want to go with her,
speaking of which, we've been out here and I am still starving. I'm fed up with being starving. I say we go. Lead the way, Missy.
Yeah.
Yes, to the
I'm
sewers.
happy. As I didn't have any trouble on the streets before, I don't see any reason why you would have any problem on the streets now.
if you would like to travel via the streets to my safe house, that's absolutely fine. I really don't mind.
I could stretch my pistons in the sewers.
Because why would we want to go via the sewers? When
To
we're-
avoid attention, if I know.
For one thing, it won't give away the position of the safe house. Then if we need a safe house again in this town, we will have a safe house to go to that nobody knows about. If we go via the streets, everybody knows about the house because they're following us or watching us. Because I may have accidentally brutally murdered a horse. Sorry, it had an accident walking into my knife, that's right. So if we go via
Well,
the sewers,
yes.
at least it's a little bit secret.
I also
Yeah.
agree, as I seem to have pissed off the local merchants, and the last time he did, I'm still hungry from. I don't want to run into
Just
him
don't
again.
know what you've got against short people.
It wasn't against the short people. He started it.
Listen, let me put things to you this way. Your antics in this town have certainly raised a few eyebrows, okay? And then I intercepted a letter. I'm sure you're already aware of the letter. You're being chaperoned around the town by one of these guards. Though I wouldn't say you're really in any particular danger, I do think it would be a benefit to you if you come with me and I'll deliver you to the person who has written this letter without any further harassment.
Would you...
Okay, but you two, Logan, Volta, you're cleaning my shoes.
I'm used to
That's
fighting in
fine.
the shit and blood and piss of the pits. I'm fine with that. Let's go.
Would you like
It's fine,
a
you just
piggyback?
stand still and I will cast some magic at you. It will be fine.
Do you remember last time you did that? I ended up with rather chilly trousers.
You did end up with chilly trousers, but it was fine. It's okay. I can clean shoes with magic. It's perfectly okay.
Well,
Good.
Missy, looks like you should lead the way.
Okay, if you would like me to lead the way, that's... Now, I must ask, can you all, at least in some capacity, see in the dark without
I think so.
the need for fire?
Yes, I can see quite well in the dark.
Um,
Nice. I like the dark.
How long for, roughly?
Well, it shouldn't take us too long to navigate back to my safe house. I have used this path several times before. Unfortunately, as I say, we might encounter something along the way. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on what might have washed in with the last high tide.
I cannot see in the dark per se, but our friend here has made it so I have means to see in the past. I'm sure he could help out where need be.
As long as you have either the ability to see in the dark or a magical means to see in the dark, it is fine. But I would not recommend the use of fire.
Yes. Walther, can you do your thing again when we get there?
My thing?
Your lighty uppy magic hands thing. You made something
Let me
like...
just...
Last time we went in the dark and I was struggling, you did a wavy hand with your box of tricks and made, I think it was my sword light up.
Wasn't me.
I think somebody made me
It
see.
wasn't me. I think it might have been our wizard,
Oh,
Magnus,
was it Mugna?
who I think
Was
he
it?
was able to cast some things like that, yeah. I certainly couldn't do something. I could give you sparks, or,
Ooh.
you know, I don't think I could give you.
We'll be fine.
light. But
I'll put my hand on
Just-
HK's shoulder.
I can't see
I was
that.
going to say, well, I can
Oh,
see
hang on.
exceptionally well in the dark. So if you put your hand on my shoulder, and then the other one put your hand on his shoulder, we will lead you through it, Indian file fashion. It'll be fine.
This will be
It won't be
interesting.
far.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm just looking up where that one.
You look that up, and we'll set off towards the sewer of dark and despair to meet the lady from the shadows in her not so safe house.
I've got enhanced dark vision, so it's.
But it's not that she's not so safe. It's a woman that has got away from the navy, and she's offering you 2 choices. You can go through the town, or you can go through the sewers. It really doesn't matter to her which way you go.
I'm quite happy going through the dark. I like the dark.
I'm sure I got dark vision at some point, but I still don't have it written down. Was there an upgrade or something?
Yeah, it looks like I've got.
I thought
right.
Warforged had dark vision. Well, I could be wrong. But
Just put in,
Did you not have the light cantrip then?
yes, I have, and I've just put the description in
That's
Discord.
the one. The
yeah,
light.
well, if you've got the light cantrip, you can just put that
That's it.
on
I know there was
Yeah.
someone
literally
who-
anything.
someone lit up my trousers a funky colour or something in the past. It must have been.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's our friends, the wizardly ones. I don't have lighty things. The only thing I light on fire is drow villages with fireball.
I thought that was Mugnef that did that.
No, I think it was me that wiped out half a village with one spell.
Not the
Sorry
fire.
about that.
Ah, yes. This light cantrip you were speaking of with your wishy-washy magic business. Could you do that again, or is that a one-time trick?
Oh, I can do that again.
Excellent. I'll leave that to your capable hands, and we'll follow this lady.
Listen,
Uh,
we
what
really
object
don't have
are
much
you-
time for this. Do you want to go below, or would like to stick to the streets? I really don't care. I just want to get out of here with you in one piece.
Below. Go.
Below. Let's go below. The less attention, the
Right.
better.
So she leads you and just takes you a couple. There's like a hatchway, and it almost looks like a way into a cellar for the pub, but it's not. And so she leads you down some stairs. I'm just going to get the map here for myself so I know where you are roughly. She leads you down some stairs, and you end up in a small chamber. It's cold. It's a lot colder down here than what it was above. And it is a small room. It must be about 20 feet wide and about 40 feet long. And it's not particularly big. Then there's a doorway at the other end. Now, I'm presuming that Mugnev has his light cantrip going on an object.
Whatever object
I'll go for my big,
you want.
5-foot great sword then.
Okay. On that.
Right, so
I've got
there's
dark vision
light.
for myself. I can use.
There's light on Logan's sword.
I'll go for light on my
Mugnev
chest.
has dark vision.
Ah!
HK what?
I'll have light, like, in the middle of my chest.
He wants an
Okay.
arc reactor, is what he's saying.
Yes. And how about Volta?
Other superheroes are available.
I have enhanced dark vision due to my calling as a magic user.
Okay. So one way or another, you can all. What was the range for light? Was it 10 feet? Did you say, Ben?
Yeah, no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. The spell zones are just breathtaking. 20-foot radius,
That's fine.
bright lights, and 20-foot radius. Dim light
So-
for additional 20.
Within 20 feet of Logan, then basically you can see quite well. So the room itself is pretty well lit up, and there's a doorway leading from one area of the room on the narrow part of the wall, so obviously a little bit further away from the stairs. And you head that way, open the door, it's unlocked, there's no lock to it. You can hear water at this point rushing, and you head about 10 feet down the corridor, you turn right, and another 20 feet, and you find a room. This room is, it's got a huge pool in it, if you will. You can't see the other end. The dark vision users, however, could see the other end and see that there's a waterfall coming from somewhere else leading into this pool. And there are 6 ways leading off of it. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. However, Harriet, Glory Weaver, she says to you, alright, so at this point, there are 3 options for us getting to the exit, if you will. We can go to the first left, the second left, or the third left. I always find it just means if you go first or second, it's a longer route. Your choice. I really didn't mind either way. But the third route would be the quicker. However, that chamber is often flooded.
I mean, how flooded are we talking?
So at the tide.
You might be required to swim.
Have you been here before?
Yes, I use this. I use this passageway, or these passageways, sometimes, not very often. I do have an access point to my safe house via these sewer systems. I don't use them very often, as I say. They are, as I say, prone to flooding. There is a direct link to the sea, and so any number of beasties can find their way in here. It's just not particularly safe for a single person on their own. As a group of us, we should be fine. But as I say, you might be required to swim. For those of you in heavier armor, the third option would certainly be more dangerous.
I mean,
Then I suggest door number 2, Monty.
I'm not against going for a little swim, but surely speed is of the essence here. Anybody else have an opinion? There's 1 for 2, 1 for 3.
Well,
Not really.
chambers. Listen, doorways number 1 and 2 are effectively the same. There's no difference between them. 3 is deeper. It
I'm
just depends
going
how
off
quickly
your
you want to
advice.
get to the end.
What was that, Magnus?
I was saying I'm going off the advice anybody else can tell me.
Okay,
As I've not been here before,
HK.
But if you're wearing heavy
It
armor,
looks like you're the
or
deciding
swimming
factor
is-
here.
How
Tunnel
deep is
2 or 3? I mean, you can just walk along the bottom, you'll be fine.
I don't know if I can.
I don't believe that Warforged have the. Therefore, I don't think you can suffer from the penalties of drowning.
For the rule of
No,
continuity?
None of my info says anything about breathing. I think if I didn't need to breathe, it would say that.
I can't remember the source material that Warforged are in. They're not in any of the books I have, but
DM's call.
I did Google Warforged 5e, and yeah, you don't as far as I know, have to breathe.
Oh,
So
okay.
underwater shouldn't be a problem.
Submarine it up.
For you.
I can
Well,
tow them.
I
But
see
it doesn't.
that's 2 votes for tunnel 3, 1 for tunnel 2. Mugnuth, if you aren't casting a vote, we're going 3.
Fine.
Fine. I'm sorry, Walter. Majority rules here, my friend.
Fine, then get on with it.
Lead the way.
I'm sorry, what was your suggestion? Which was tunnel?
3!
You would like to go through tunnel number 3? Okay, that's fine.
I believe speed is of the essence here. Although I don't think it will be.
No, that's absolutely fine. And she leads you around to the left pool. That's in front of you, this large rectangular pool. And again, all you can hear is the sounds. It smells pretty bad. It does smell pretty bad in here. And she sort of mentions, "Oh, this is why you might not like to use anything that involves fire. I believe the smells are gases and they could be quite flammable. But that's okay, that's fine." And she passes passage number 1, and you look down it as you pass it, and it seems to veer off to the left quite severely. Second passage you reach, again, it seems to go straight off this time, but water is rushing into this pool from that passageway. There are little bridges over the top. The third one is where you want to go, and you look into it, and there's water rushing into this pool from the third one. And it seems to go straight on as far as you can see. People with dark vision, you can see about 40 feet away, it veers off to the right, but it is quite a fast current, and it looks to be deep. There's certainly no footways or like bridleways either side of this water.
How wide, sorry?
It looks to be about 20 feet wide.
I can't be a bridge then.
There's no little bridges or anything that, apart from the individual bridges, the channel leading into the pool, there are no bridges further up that you can see.
There's no like kind of walkways around the sides or anything.
Not this one. This one seems to be running deeper.
Okay, what is the ceiling looking like?
It's an arch, probably about 20 feet up.
Is there? Can I do a check? Is there anything I can see that could be potentially used as like an anchor, like a grappling hook or a rope kind of thing?
I'll save you a check because, like everything else in here, it's not like it's some sort of cave or something. It has been constructed, so it's been dug out and then it's been what would be the word? Not paved, but it's been bricked. If that makes sense, to give it structural security. And that's what you can see. It's fairly smooth in that respect. Not smooth, it's bricks, but there is smoothness to it. You certainly can't find any points to anchor.
Does it look? If I test, with you saying that it's like brick and it's smooth, can I just test the wall like by the side of us, see if it would potentially be scalable? I know it's smooth, but if there's damage or anything.
It's wet, it's damp. If you want to make some sort of athletics check, go for it. It's going to be a pretty high DC.
Anybody got any ideas about this?
Well, we could push you in and see how long it takes you to come up.
I mean, I don't think that would be the best option for me personally. If anyone wishes to volunteer, they could potentially do this.
How wide is this bed of water?
20 feet.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Is it like the whole 20 feet opening, or is there like an opening that the water's coming through?
So it's the whole opening is 20 feet, and it's just full of water. Yeah.
I can't block it with my fat ass.
No. Oh, unless your fat ass goes more.
So Harriet, how do you normally get across this bit?
I don't. Well, when I've ever been down here, I don't come this way. I usually go through point 1 or point 2.
Or shall we go
I
to
can
point
see
1
the
or
sense
2
in
then?
it.
It looks like we're gonna either have to go back unless anyone's got an idea to block this water flow with any way.
It's not particularly difficult to go backwards. I mean, either way is
I'm
fine.
happy to go wherever's advised.
I gave you
Maybe
the.
say
This
1
was
or
the
2,
shortest.
let's go 1 or 2.
Well,
I gave you the options. This was the shortest in the terms of distance. It just involves a little bit of swimming, if that's what you're into.
In that case,
You
let's
had to
swim.
go this way.
oh, I thought it was a hole with the water pouring down it. In that case, is this so?
And
This
it
is
sort of
literally
looks at
like
you
a
and
kind
it's
of
like
river,
points
right?
the big waterfall in front to the other side of it. No, that's where the water's coming
Ah,
from.
okay.
So you're right.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. I can only see 10 feet, and this, obviously, you told me it's a little more than that. In that case, he straps his sword to his back and he dives in. Tries to swim across.
You're going
No,
to
you can see you can see 20 foot feet.
Wait,
right
can I do
dive.
a retcon here? Can I
Hang
not
on,
dive in? Can I tie a rope to myself then dive in?
No, you can't. You've
Fuck.
dived in now. So you've gone in chamber number 3. You've dived in.
I'll tie a rope to myself and jump in after.
Okay, let's do this in
I really
order.
should think ahead.
So I need a strength check from Logan. Is the first thing I need
Okay.
to
Strand?
see if you can go against the current of the water. Have you noticed what we're swimming? I come over all posh. Oh, water. I never say water.
Call it posh, we call it just us. So whenever we're playing with
An 18.
18 strength.
18.
Yes, you're probably okay. HK's jumped in the water behind him. I don't really think Warforged would float, would they? I don't know.
I'm
I've
gonna
never
need
really
1
thought
second,
about
guys.
this.
Think slowly.
Depends whether he's mainly made of metal or made of wood, you know?
Mike,
Never ask a robot his weight.
I'm going to need a quick second.
Okay, you go and have a quick second.
Will do.
HK, before you jumped in, did you pass the rope on to anybody at the other end? Or are you just sort of wearing a ropey tail?
I think with HK, you would probably jump in and sink straight to the bottom and just walk along the bottom a bit like a.
Not like if you drive a car into a lake, it sort of slowly fills up.
Well, I think it's more like one of those diving things where you have the big helmet things on.
Big
And
old
the
diving
option
costume, yeah.
Yeah. I imagine it more like that. So you probably just jump in and like front dunk on the bottom, and you can sort of just walk along unimpeded. I would say because you have some weight to you, so you're unimpeded. I'm not going to impose movement on you.
Okay.
Uh,
How deep is it?
So you jump in, and you find you probably sink about 10, 15 feet. I'd say 15 feet.
Okay.
This has been, this chamber has certainly eroded away. It seems to be the main source of water coming from somewhere into this pool. Without Steve here, the Logan, it's kind of hard to describe what happens going forward because I kind of need him for the dice roll.
Fair.
While we're waiting for him, sorry.
Go on, Ben.
Quick question. What kind
Yeah.
of height is it between the water and the sea then?
Did I say?
Was it? I can't remember if you did or not. If you did,
I think I said about 20 feet up. I could be wrong on that.
so that's from the water surface to the.
Yeah, I think I said 20 feet up. If chat remembers and wants to correct me, then please do. But let's take this moment while we're waiting for Steve to have a little look at the chat, and this is the first time I've been able to do so, because I basically Duckman710. I think that's right. Yes, yes. Steve Corbs. Well, Captain, just the. Oh, come on, really?
So, while we're waiting for Stephen to come back into the room, this other side of the water, can we see the pathway going on?
There is no pathway on this chamber. This chamber is completely.
Well, can we see dry land on the other side of the water?
No, because well, for those of you with dark vision, see had dark vision.
I've got super duper dark vision down
Yeah, so I said about 40 feet in, it sort of curves away, so you can't see what's the other end of it.
Alright, so all that 40 feet of curve is water.
Yeah, it's all water. The whole chamber's water.
Yeah, I've got to return back and leave the one who decided to come down the damp place to swim. No, not really. So, what have I got? Yes, I could.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry.
I've got a way around it. It's fine. We'll just be fine.
I'm fine for myself. I can maybe help somebody else for a little bit of time. Oh no,
might be
probably
able to,
not.
like, grab it.
Probably not actually. Need to
Well, as I say,
concentrate.
until Steve returns, if there's anyone watching who would like to ask any questions in the chat, now would be the time to do so.
Yeah. How long does that last?
Well,
Have you got something in mind, Magnus, to get across this water yourself?
Yeah, I've got spider climb for myself.
I've got that as well. I had a feature of that. But
I've
yeah,
also
I
got
could-
fly, but that needs me to concentrate.
Well, you'd have to give me the wording of the spider climb, because as I wet in here and it's damp, and that's probably going to equate to being slippery. So, does spider climb allow you to get over various terrains unimpeded?
Yeah, as long as a chamber has a roof.
You can go.
Yeah,
Okay.
So up the roof
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, you know?
yeah.
Picture
Again, I'll
it.
put that in Discord for you if you want to have a
But
quick
then it's ready.
example.
I can
That's all
also-
right. I don't need to read it, Ben. If you want to read it, just give me the wording of it. That's fine.
Yeah, I can also cast fly, so we can stay dry at any rate for a while.
The touch, range touch, concentration up to an hour. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to walking speed.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could
that
do
looks
that,
alright.
or apparently my flight spell gives us 3 persons worth of flying. So
Yeah,
we
flight's a pretty good spell.
So the 3 of us could just fly across for a little while, but that only lasts 10 minutes. So we're not hanging around for these guys who've gone swimming.
Hello. Oh, he's not us. There he is. Hello.
I'm sorry about that. That was a very inopportune time for my children to cry. But we can't help being
It happens,
parents.
it's fine.
Well, I suppose you can.
Yeah.
Stay safe, kids. Let's go.
So you
Right, so you're in the water, and we've got HK, who is also in the water. I think I just said it was 15 feet down.
Oof.
My short-term memory is awful.
Yes.
He's submerged. You are on the surface. You've passed your strength check, so you are able to swim against his currents. I'm not entirely sure what Mugnef and Volta want to do, but
Are we in any kind of initiative right now, or can I kind of do something?
you are not in initiative right now, no.
Could I
But I
potentially,
would.
although not save Dan because he's a heavy git, he did tie a rope to himself. Can I take the other end of the rope across the river with me so I can at least try when I'm at the other side?
Well, the other side is about 100 feet down this chamber. And you
In
are
fact,
going to have...
when HK jumped in, I would assume that the other end of the rope is either in Mugnuth or Walther's possession. I presume he wouldn't just tie a rope around himself and jump in with the other end.
No, of course not. But why would you have the other end then?
No. That's what I was just seeing, whether it was in the water or whether one of them had it.
Well, I would hope so.
In that case, yeah, I'll try my ass
on
to,
the side.
to just lose coiling away.
I'll tell you what, I'll shake my head and I'll grab the rope.
That's what I was going for. Okay, I'm going
Right.
to try and get out the other side if that's alright.
You're swimming against a current,
Yeah.
which is fine. We've done the strength check for that. Are you... I presume you're just trying to swim against it, really?
Yeah, I just to get to the other side where we can get out the other way. Where she said you might need to swim, so...
Well, as you proceed forwards, the chamber turns right. And at that point, there is a convergence between where the passageway continues on, then right. There's also a left, of course, it's a T-junction. The current is stronger from that left-hand side. And a lot slacker going right. But what you can see to your left is a larger chamber. HK, you're underwater. I presume you're trying to follow Logan.
Yeah.
What's the range of your vision?
Yeah, it's using the light
It
spell.
was really,
so,
I think it was 10 foot, wasn't it, from the light cantrip?
yeah. But we're underwater, so it's probably.
Well, as you reach that T-junction and Logan's probably floundering about on the surface wondering where to go, you're more sort of planted on the bottom and looking about. But you were 20 feet down, so no, you wouldn't actually
15.
you wouldn't unfortunately see 15, yeah, sorry. You would unfortunately see anything around you.
See the odd bit of human waste floating past.
Exactly.
You might see his boots. Who knows, you know?
But one question I have to ask, and answer honestly, how much noise do you think you're making?
I mean, it's probably pretty loud if this is really fast running water, right?
I
It's
wouldn't
already
say
pretty loud,
if
isn't
it's fast running water and we're swimming against the current, I wouldn't say we're making any more noise than the water itself.
Yeah.
Because you'd think it'd
Yeah.
be like proper roaring if it's in like an enclosed arched chamber. It'd be like echoey and roaring and like.
Well,
But
you've
you're
got
walking on the
HK
bottom,
going
and you
bump,
walking in.
bump, bump, bump on the bottom. Splashing around the surface, probably not so much. For ultrasonic, I suppose, purposes. HK, give me a stealth check.
Oh my god.
Not because you're trying to be quiet, but just to see how much noise you're making.
Oh no.
Stealth. That's not too bad. 16.
Okay. To the background, you aren't making particularly much noise more than what is going on with the sound of the current rushing by and all that sort of stuff.
I'm going to use my communication rings and just send them a message. You okay down there? Ring tickety-boo.
Well, I was about to come back to you and say, Volta and Magneth, what are you going to do?
If Magneth and Harriet are agreeable, I will cast flight upon them, and we will fly through the chamber.
Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
While we were all discussing if there was another way to get across, or whether I could use a rope, or any handholds, you would just say like, I've got fly, I'm not going to fucking use it, they can drown, look at them paddling away in the pool of shit over there.
Look, I can only carry 3 people, including myself.
You didn't have to do it all at
Somebody had to
once.
swim. Look, I'm still hacked off with you because you chose the damp way.
You killed
So
my
you
horse.
wanted to get damp, you get damp.
This is going to come back to
What?
bite you in the
I-
ass.
It's all taking place via the rings.
Yes.
Using the ring, I say, you can all fly if you want to. I can use my own. I
So,
can walk on the ceiling.
Is it-
if you want to,
Probably
or dance on the
costs me
ceiling?
no more power to fly you than it would do not to fly you. So you could save your spider climb for another time, if you
Okay.
wish. Or you could do what you wish. I don't care. It's fine.
Fair enough. I will take your offer. Thank you very mumuch.
Is Harriet okay with this? Harriet, are you okay with flying over the water? Or would you rather swim in the sewer-infested, muck-ridden water?
No, well, I mean, this wouldn't have been my first choice, but yes, absolutely. If you have the get me to the other side, I'm more than happy to take that.
Then excellent. Then fly we shall. Think happy thoughts.
Okay, thank you. I will.
Three are plugged in and the wine ring.
And away we go. So I've cast flight. Fly allows me and 2 additional targets to fly for 10 minutes.
And you do. You arrive at the junction where you find, well, you, Logan, Macbeth, sorry, and Harriet are all floating above the junction where you see Logan in the water, who's probably trying to tread ground but against a current. And you can, well, you wouldn't see HK, he's below the waves.
Well, yeah, well, the rope's going down, hopefully. Yeah, so I know roughly where he is.
You can imagine he's under there going. You're flying, so I don't think you're making, or magically flying, making noise. They've passed their stealth, so you have a choice at this point. Harriet says, I think from here we bear right.
You
Yes.
think?
Yes, well, I don't really come this way. Why would I? I wouldn't choose the most flooded passage, would I? I don't come this way.
Only an idiot would choose the most flooded passage. Yeah, I quite agree.
I would take the other ways, but never mind. Yes, I think it's right.
I mean, can I climb out of the water at this point?
No, there's nothing to climb onto. You're in a flooded. You were elected to take the flooded, hacking passage, Sam.
I know, I thought I could climb out the other end.
Well, you didn't know that you could climb at the other end.
Somebody throw me a rope, man!
I will ask Harriet and Mugnef if they will hold onto the rope with me as we dangle a rope down for Mr. Damp Pants.
What are you going to attach a rope to?
Well, if 3 of us are holding it at the top, we should be able to hold
Lift
one.
them.
Winch him out
Soggy
of the place,
warrior.
don't they?
Yeah,
Well, you
just
could-
tug
yeah,
it out of
okay.
the water.
Yeah, you can winch him out if you wanted to.
Yeah, tug him off.
Oh no, that's not right. I'm just gonna let go of the rope.
Dun, dun, dun.
We'll have none of that here, please.
Just go, ah! Drop the rope.
Yeah, if we let Logan up first, then we'll have more chance of pulling HK up the slope. I said up the slope, not off anything. Before you start. No pulling HK off.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Can I say that I'm out of this water, please?
You want to get out of the water? Okay, well, yeah. They dangle a rope down to you. Would like to make an athletics strength check. See if you can climb the rope, or are you too socky? Is the rope too slippery? I don't know.
Did I crease it with horse grease?
Athletics. Oh, I've got a +8 to athletics. 22.
You can successfully climb the rope. Who's holding on to the other end of it?
All three of us.
Would be, yeah.
All three.
Yeah.
So we got Volta and and Mugnef and Harriet holding on.
Harriet Gimbelwhistle. Yeah.
Okay, let's do a combined strength check then, please. See if we can hold up Logan.
No.
I'll try and
Oh,
pull him.
for fuck's sake. I'm good, sorry.
Oh. Straight. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 3, so I'm slightly better than you.
Harriet, you better have
Yeah,
strength
yeah,
like
but I've got
arms
minus
like an
1%.
ox.
Harriet is holding the rope surprisingly well. But unfortunately, the weight of holding a man on the end of a whilst under the fly spell, and the other two men involved effectively the rope run through their hand. She cannot possibly fathom to hold a man.
So you think we're dunking him in the water like a tea bag?
Not even like a tea bag. He just splashes in like a broken biscuit.
Okay, so from where I land in this water that's turbulent and flowing that away, where is HK in relation to me? I know he's on the bottom of the water.
He's underneath you and he's planted on the bottom.
So what I'm saying is, where I've landed, could I possibly just grab his rope in order to not be swept away? The rope that's
You
like
can
just
grab
online.
hold of HK, no problem at all. As you fall in, you could probably grab hold of something if HK's got a rope trailing. But the biggest problem that you have,
I can't breathe.
as you splash into the water, well, no, you can't breathe. So, as you splash into the water, you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sort of bellowing out, but only under the water. For those of you above the water, you don't necessarily hear this. If you do, it's very faint. Depends on
I
your
will
perception.
go wide-eyed and rapidly try and climb this rope that's above HK.
If you
Using
want to
the
try to
low
apply,
rate
okay,
of
so if
okay
you want to
down there.
strength checks again from everyone holding the rope. So Harriet, Mugnef, and Alta, strength checks again, please. While Logan is trying to scale the rope.
I've got an 8.
14. Tugging me off the edge.
13, did you say?
14, yeah.
14.
Hang on, can you only carry the weight of 3 people when you're flying?
No, 3 people can fly.
And they're suspending a rope for you to hold on to. Mugnef, what was your strength check? 8. 6. Give me I don't know. This is a real one. I've never had this before. Harriet didn't do very well either. No, I think that you trying to clamber up any rope is enough that they just can't support your weight, and you just drop. You try. You're doing a really good job, and you try it, but you drop back into the water.
Maybe you shouldn't have eaten so many Mars bars, fatty.
I'm going to say at this point, because we
no.
discussed this in our private chat, if we want to take a quick break for bios, get drinks, talk to chat, now's a great time. Then after break, we'll come back and we will do initiative. Good place. It's a good place.
I'm going to take the
Good
dice.
place. So if anyone needs a break, I'll get a break. Anyone in chat wants to ask anything, this is a good chance to do that, yeah.
This is the point of no return.
Like, why can't you climb a damn rope, you fat
I
warrior?
am likely dead. I'm kind of just suspended, covered head to toe in shit and piss.
So Captain Downface,
Glowing
you
like
said
a
it
fishing
doesn't say in the
pole.
player's handbook. Levitate says 500 pounds of flying carpets, very depending on the size. I agree. But
We have a
I
foldable boat.
I know it's all HK, but I think that
It's a foldable
We're
boat
not
down
t-
the river.
we're not talking about levitate or flying carpets.
No, the comment under it says fly simply gives you a flying movement speed, the same way an owl or aarakocra have. Beyond that, your ability to carry stuff is the same as it was if you were walking. If you're carrying more than your strength score allows, then you're encumbered.
Yeah, so
Is that-
I
is
figured three of us on a rope should be able to lift a normal person. Except Branch has been eating for England since he...
Was that comment on chat or comment on the post?
It's just
What
on.
have you read?
Someone asked the question,
Oh, I see.
like, how much can you carry and fly?
Yeah, I just think strength checks make sense because obviously you're.
Yeah? I think so, yeah.
If they're trying to pull someone via rope.
Yeah. I'm happy with it because I'm not in the water.
Well, the thing is,
Great.
you're flying, that's fine, but you're using manual strength to lift someone via rope.
Vagabond, you can do one, mate. Vagabond has previously been one of our DMs, and he says he would have ruled that I fell anyway just for the laugh.
Well, you fell. You're in the water. Right, I'm here for a Waz. Talk to chat. Everyone, have a little debate. You know, no
Hey,
DMs
Fred boy, how's
around,
it
so
going, my
just do what you
dude?
want.
How's it
Hey,
going?
Frog Boy. Frog Boy.
Conspire against the game.
Conspire. Conspire. Everyone, while DM's away, throw out some ideas. Hey,
What?
go away. Mr. Cobbs. You can just talk directly to chat as well as typing at the moment while we're in
Yeah,
break.
yeah, we can for the break, yeah.
That was probably the audience from me.
I did say go the dry way.
Well,
It's not my fault you never listen
who
to
wants
Short
to
rest, no.
go on
the
a
dry way,
D&D
no.
session where lady approaches us, we follow her down an empty path, go to a safe house, and then that's the end of it? I don't mind
Yeah, I
swimming.
like that way.
You like that way?
I like that way because then we find out what she wanted before the end of tonight. Whereas the way we're going, that'll be session 5 or 6 when we eventually find out what she bloody well wanted.
That's very true. Duckman, are you still there, my dude? Drop a message if you're still in chat.
I just figured let's go the safest
are.
way.
Okay, so do you want to join us on No Man's Sky Thursday 8:30? Because we're starting a new, not expedition. Is it expedition? Yes.
It's alright for a bite.
I mean, he'll be on PS5 as well, so he'll have the same issue as
Oh, yeah. The PS5 is having they're not matching release numbers at the moment. So once it updates, then we'll be able to do that. Frodboy, he was due to stream yesterday. I believe we were testing out audio and stuff with cross-platform play.
I did stream earlier to
oh, you did?
facilitate us
Oh, you
streaming
did, yes.
No Man's Sky. Yes.
But then we ran into issues
but
of
then we didn't.
me doing my hair. Is there any way to find out when the PS5 gets updates, or is there any kind of... Because Google is very, very vague on it.
It is. It's
World of Warships. We like
I
World of
think it's
Warships.
PlayStation, Duckman. It's just the update versions don't match with the PC update version, so that they can't cross-play.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
PC luckily matches with Xbox, with them both being Microsoft and stuff, so that side of things works. But
But
Fudby,
Expeditions
obviously,
is
you know,
fairly new.
Steve plays the Warships, you've seen him before, but that way.
I do play Warships.
Dan over there also has had a bash at Warships, I believe.
Frogboy was here when we were doing World War Z last
He
week.
was indeed.
He was indeed.
We need to do World War Z again.
Missed
We,
it.
it was very good. That it was a lot of good fun. But we
It didn't make you jump as much as I thought it would. It's just no good. I'm going to have to find something scarier.
I reckon we should all play The Forest.
Oh, I love that game.
Oh,
It is a good game. It is a good game. I'm not sure that it's still available on Xbox for skinflints like me who've got no money. But if it is, then
we'll have a
go with
look
that.
into it. We need to look up some more cross-platforming stuff and see what we can do. At the minute, we've got World War Z going. We've got this campaign going every second Tuesday. I do have Breath of the Wild I need to start, which I want to stream, because I'm a big fan of Zelda games.
Did you buy that eventually?
No, we got a Switch and it came with 3 games, which I got fed up with, and I found a group on the Book of Faces, where irrespective of cost of game and what it's worth, you are only allowed to advertise what game you have and what you want. And I put on any Zelda types or RPGs, and they traded for, you only pay the postage, which is like £2.80 I think it is, for insurance. And I traded so I've now got Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening and Rise of the Phoenix for like £2.85 each, which is fantastic, because I got 3 games I will never play when I originally bought it.
I'm not that much of a fan of Breath of the Wild. I really am not. I love Zelda games.
I've been a hardcore Zelda fan since since Link's Awakening was the first one I ever played back on the old grey Game Boy, and playing it again in it's not even a remaster, full remake in full 3D, full colour, was really a good nostalgia trip. Really, really good for me. So I'm going to give
I've got the old
Breath of the Wild a try and see
original
what
Game
happens.
Boy version on the old original Game Boy.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, you're going to have to send that across one day, let me have a play at the original. It is good, it's really good, because Switch games are ridiculously expensive. Honestly,
Yeah.
they hold their value so well that even like older ones still can be 40, 60 quid. But that's why, if you use, instead of standard postage, £2.80, no one's going to complain at for a new game that costs 40 quid that you want to play. But that insures you up to 50 quid as well, in case the other person is doesn't do it or it gets lost or whatever. So you still got 50 quid anyway. But Nintendo are the best. Not
I
the
just
best
find-
console, but they're the
I
best at
found
holding
that-
value easily.
I found that like Breath of the Wild, I just got so annoyed with the whole weapon system of like it smashes. with
That's
5 seconds.
been a pretty prevalent thing, as well as the climbing and holding since like Skyward Sword. And if I remember rightly, what was the other one that came out on GameCube first? Twilight Princess. That had the climb mechanic as well.
No. It was. It wasn't Twilight Princess. It was.
No. I'm not
it
thinking
was,
Wind Waker. Although Wind Waker did have
The Wind Waker.
The Wind Waker did have the
Wind Waker.
exhaustion gauge. That was a great game actually. I might play Wind Waker again. But
In my opinion, that was the best Zelda game in a.
For a very long time.
Amazing.
But Twilight Princess was great. One of my favourites. Steve, are you going to be live on Wednesday? Which Steve?
Dun, dun,
I am
dun.
Steve, and this is Steve as well. I believe you would be talking about Steve Corbs above me.
That's the thing I was saying earlier. Is whenever we're streaming, I always have to make a point of saying branch. Because
Branch.
in my accent, it would be branch.
Hey, Braun.
Oh, hello there, Gilded Branch.
No Man's Sky is Thursday. Yes, it is. But if you want to do something tomorrow, go ahead. But yeah. So, last chance. Anyone got any questions or anything they want to ask before we get back into it and revert to text only? Warships tomorrow would be good. Or the long. I liked watching The Long Dark. Warships makes me feel a little bit seasick, but it is still a good game.
Long Dark was fun.
It was.
But it's getting a little bit creepy now because the wolves are closing in on me and it's getting a bit wolfy.
I think you
Oh,
said
no,
you were
there's
being hunted by a bear last time I spoke to you about it.
There's a giant, big ass bear chasing me as well, and he really is chasing me. He keeps popping up all over the place.
God
It's
dang.
getting a
I've
little
not.
bit.
I don't know what the Long Dark is. It sounds
like a
very.
It's like a survival game, so you've got to scavenge for
Isn't it a...
supplies and resources and build shelters and
I didn't see the beginning of it, but if I remember
things.
rightly, it's not akin to the forest with regard of cannibals and stuff. But isn't it a plane crash and then you survive in? Is it northern Canada or something?
Yeah, in the massively sub-zero temperatures, hunting rabbits with stones and snares and trying to find clean water and all that sort of thing. So yes, survival sort of
Yes.
thing with wolves and bears floating around the place. It's quite good fun.
Lions and
It
tigers and
sounds
bears.
very
Oh my!
similar. Alan Wake. It sounds very similar to Alan Wake.
It's a similar visually, other than obviously being not pitch black 24/7. Visually and control-wise, it's very similar to the old Alan Wake.
I love
just
that
obviously
game.
with its
That was a
own
brilliant game.
story and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good, and there's some good story elements in it as well. So I'm quite enjoying the playthrough of it. It is just quite tricksy. When a blizzard rolls in and you're stuck with no supplies and no firewood, you're a bit stuffed.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's good.
We all ready?
we're all ready.
Let's
Yeah,
roll
yeah,
for
I'm good to
initiative.
go.
Okay, I'm on a 14 for initiative, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted initiative, didn't I?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
I think
for initiative. Oh,
Next stream,
my
I'm
God.
going to
Yeah.
set up a small camera as well, so to show my dice rolls.
Oh, that
Like-
sounds quite exciting.
So it is
I have a little camera pointing
That
down
is
with
a
a little
13.
tray, and I'll just turn it. I'll set it to turn on only when I'm rolling, so it won't, it won't be just a big thing in the screen. So we can have some fun with that.
Okay.
I'm up to-
So we got HK. What was your initiative, please?
That's not a
17.
number.
17.
17. Volta,
Not that I can do much.
13.
13.
13,
How
yeah.
about Mugna?
I'm on 2.
What?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Let's
Well, yeah.
roll for this particular monster. I might have to put the heating on the
Is this
Ladder
monster?
cold.
Yeah.
I don't want to
The
keep the
glorious
monster
Harriet is good at
warm.
fighting.
Is Harriet gonna assist us in any way, or?
Oh yes. I forgot about that.
yeah.
It's gonna
I
run
didn't mean to
away.
sound like a paladin either when I went, oh, yeah.
Oh yes, matron. You're hovering above me with only that
Kenneth
cloak
Williams
on.
From the,
I will need to bring her character sheet up on there.
mate.
Oh no! She's rolled a 1, unfortunately. For initiative. That's fine. Let me just bring up Harriet's character sheet on D&D Beyond. Now, I don't know if you can still see me because I've come off of Discord to
Yeah,
do
you
this.
should. We've set it up so
Yeah.
that your window will open whether you've got it minimised or not. We should still see you.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Let me just bring up her character sheet. And while I'm doing that, I will tell you what is going on. So you're all pretty well at the T junction, whether via flying or your Logan thrashing about in the water, or HK indeed submerged below the water. And I would expect the first person to see this would be HK being underwater, as this various creature has decided to hide away there. I was trying to have 2 screens this evening. I've got the iPad and the iMac together. The iPad so I could see Twitch. But I'm going to have to flip between screens.
Needs
Which is
must, mate.
fine.
Whatever
Needs must.
works.
Well, the TV I wanted the output need like my old one did, so that's fine. Okay, so you're all there. I think HK is probably the first one to see it being underwater. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. 6 heads rushing on long necks
Well, he's
Ah.
done with. Let's go, guys.
up this passageway towards you. And the first person to act conveniently is HK. What would you like to do?
He is on the
Go.
bottom as well.
Ah!
It's under the water, so what you're seeing is water, and it's rushing at you. I know you're limited on your vision, dark vision, but it is rushing at you, and it is closing in at you.
Can I
with
quickly
speed.
just ask? I know it's not our turn, but can we see this from above the water, or is it deep enough to not be seen? Because obviously it's
Above the
it's not
water, you
clean water.
probably see like a wake,
Silhouette kind of
but
thing.
that's it.
Right. So just the surface movement.
You see surface like ripples and that.
Sounds
But if it's any
good.
help, you've just fallen into the water, so you're underneath it, so it's great.
No, I'm above right now. I'm above.
Pincer movement. Did we rest when we were in town?
Yes, we rested at the end of last session.
I think you start, with
So
regular.
you've got your normal, or you can use whatever.
I wasn't expecting to actually be able to attack this. Maybe I
Well,
How
there
does
is one
underwater
thing
combat
I will
work
tell
with,
you.
like resistances and things, or does that not?
There
come
is one
into
thing
it?
I will say. You are underwater and you do attack at disadvantage because you do not have a javelin type weapon. You are using a hammer, which means you are at disadvantage.
You go to swing, you're like, fuck.
Pretty well.
unless
You have a javelin.
well, I do happen to have a javelin actually, but I think I might crack out the shoulder mounted minigun again.
Okay.
That'll work underwater, right?
As long as you can see it, I'm trying to think. It's coming towards you. What was your range of vision?
I mean, this
at the moment?
this room we're in is only 20 foot, and your range is 10 foot of vision. But I would assume that with him saying you can see the 6 heads, it must be at least within vision.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You could do.
Okay.
Aha. Logic for once.
Yeah,
I
a
had
bit,
logic for
because
once.
we have 20 foot.
Don't expect anything else from me, guys. That's my brain power done for today.
So I'm gonna rage. You see my eyes switch blue to red, and you should see like bubbles start going. As I'm shouting at this thing, and comes the minigun, and fires 3 shots off at him.
Go for it.
With you saying your eyes going red to blue, I just imagined R2D2's little light, like, bloop, 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 bloop. Rather than the exciting thing, I imagine this little robot, like, bloop, bloop, bloop.
9 points of damage.
9. Well,
Oh wait, I didn't add rage bonus. 12.
12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Sweet. The head, or the things rushing towards you don't seem to be particularly phased by that. I need to read one thing. I need to recap for myself.
Boom, boom.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. So, HK's just gone. We are at Logan.
I mean, do I know that
Floundering
any
around on the
other...
surface.
No, I thought... Oh, am I back in the water? I thought I was on the rope. Oh no, I grabbed HK's rope, that's right.
Yeah, and then you.
so,
then you
other
slip
than the
back
fact
down it,
of, like,
basically.
a basic little wave coming towards me in this torrential water, would I even know that anything's happening right now? Because
I
obviously if
think-
it's fast flowing and stuff, a little wave's going to seem like nothing to me when I'm swimming.
No,
through
you
shit.
can tell the difference between fast flowing water and there is some bow wave coming at you.
Bow.
Literally torpedo heads.
You would be able to tell something's going on, and you would probably have heard that going on, even though it's under the water.
I
It's
will
loud enough.
use some movement then to kind of do the whole kind of freedive thing and pull myself down the rope, if that makes sense.
You can pull yourself down the rope. You are, of
What is
course,
it?
holding your breath.
15 foot.
And I will remind you, while you're underwater, there are rules for this sort of thing.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, it's nothing severe. You can swim underwater as long as you can hold your breath.
How long can I hold my breath? Is that constitution based?
There is constitution involved. I'm just trying to. Let me just read through this at the moment, just to remind myself. What level of armor are you wearing?
Red dragon plate armor.
Yeah, what was that? That was medium or heavy?
Oh, it's medium armor.
Medium. Yeah, you guys haven't still wearing medium armor. You need to make a strength check, athletics, each round for medium armor.
Okay.
If you fail, you sink 10 feet and lose any steel carried shields or weapons. On the round following a failed check, you are underwater after that on a successful check.
I mean, my plan is to go to the bottom so I can at least semi-stand up.
Well, whether you want to go to the bottom or not, you have to make a strength check.
So how long is my breath?
So, drowning, you make a 1 plus your con bonus minutes holding breath.
So I've got.
After that, you fall unconscious.
So 4 minutes.
You got 4 minutes underwater. So
That's pretty heroic, bro.
that's a pretty long amount of rounds.
Fair. Right,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the floor then, so 15 foot of movement. I presume, or does it take extra movement being in water?
Unless you have a swim, it's difficult terrain.
Okay, so either way, I'm not planning on coming back up this round, so I'm going to get down there and I'm going to attack with my. See this big. Can I discern a bit more of what this beastie is now? I'm right down there.
No. Well, I mean, you can animal investigation or knowledge of some description check. I'll let you decide which one you think is most appropriate.
At this point, I don't think I'd be overly worried about that. I'd just try and swing at it, to be honest.
We'll go for an attack then, yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so.
And remember, you are at disadvantage. You do not any.
I'm going to just go out on a limb here, right? Using like completely and utter metagaming. A 1 is a miss.
We don't know metagaming.
Is a 1 a miss?
Is a 1 a miss?
Yes.
Yes.
I end my turn and hang my head in shame. You can't see my tears because of the water.
Okay. Okay. All right, no problem. Where's my piece of paper gone? That's fine. So who was that? That was Logan. After that, interesting go. We are on to Volta.
So can I see anything at all?
From above the surface, no.
Can I? Oh no, it's not my go. Carry on.
That's going to make for very short turns then. I can't see anything. Even with enhanced dark vision, I can't see the bow waves or anything.
You could see the bow waves, yeah, but I mean, whatever this creature is below the water at the moment.
Oh, I see. Oh, I found it. Yeah, so it's basically not attackable by me, even with.
You could guesstimate where it is via these bow waves as it's moving up this pathway.
Yeah, but HK is down there. I don't know.
I would say you can make an attack, but it will be at disadvantage.
Oh, well. Then I shall make an attack with disadvantage. So my first roll with Eldritch Blast is this one. Should be, let's get the lowest number. So the lowest number would be a 12.
Okay.
With the first beam.
12 misses. 12 misses, so it
Okay,
goes
so-
wide.
So the second beam at disadvantage is let's just see. Oh, come on, D&D Beyond. Don't fail me now, little dice roller. The second beam is 16.
16.
16.
Just,
1 and 6.
just hits.
Woo. Then that will do an amazing 10 points of Eldritch goodness.
How many points, sorry?
10.
10. That's cool. When I'm done chucking my flipping pen on the floor. Oh. That's fine. Okay, so what happens is it's not a significant amount of damage to the creature, but it what you see is breaking from the surface 3 heads, reptilian heads come up through. Toothy maws, long tongues, and spines running down the centre. And that's what you see from above the surface. And from Volta, we are going to go to... Oh, this is the creature's turn. Let me make that more obvious myself. Oh, hold on. Have I done something wrong here? HK, Logan, and Volta. We've had that turn, haven't we?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine. I thought I missed HK out. That's fine. Okay, so it
You
is
have
the
missed HK, he's got to go again. Yeah, give him
No.
another go. Go on.
Quiet, you. Don't make me all confused.
Use the god hammer underwater. Does it just electrocute everything in it?
Do you know what? I haven't considered what electricity does underwater. I don't know if there's particular rules for that, but I would go rule of cool on that one. So we've done HK, we've done Volta, we've done Logan. It is the creature's go. How far does it move? Let's get my book here. It will move up. Now, this is where things get interesting.
Just while it's quiet, Dan, what are
What?
you drinking? I keep seeing you drinking, and it literally looks like you're drinking like brown sugar. It does not look like liquid. It looks like a Yankee candle. Are you
It's
eating a
Bale.
Yankee candle?
It's Bailey's with half an Easter egg broken up into it.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
oh, that sounds pretty
I
nice.
myself am drinking a lovely red wine, Toro Loco. It's very good.
Okay,
What? I've got no alcohol.
there are 5 people in this chamber, yourselves plus this lady, Harriet. I'll make 5 to hit rolls, and then I'll do the damage should things happen. But HK and underneath the water, you see head, serpentine head, reach forward and come at you. Logan, it sort of erupts up out of the water, come at you. For Volta, for Mugnath, and for Harriet, the remainder of the heads are lurching upwards. So I will make the first roll will be for Mugnath. That is a
Bring it on.
that is a dirty 20 to hit.
What if I said you missed me? Would you believe me?
No.
No, fair enough. Yeah, got me. You got me.
Okay, so that's a hit on Mugnath. That's fine. Oh my god, 18 plus 8 to hit Volta.
It may be a hit, you know.
I'm pretty sure that's a hit. 14 plus 8 to hit Logan.
Ah, yes.
17 plus 8 to hit HK.
When did you die, Magic Dice? What's going on?
I know, this is pretty good rolls. 19 to hit Fair Lady, which, let me just double check her AC. Oh, that's gonna hit. Totally gonna hit. Everyone gets hit by this creature.
I wish I could like 6 things at once.
And it does.
What's going on?
Let me find my D10.
We're gonna have to be careful here, guys.
1d10 plus 5 per hit.
Oh no.
You had to come the wet way, didn't you? You had to come the wet way.
I mean,
So, in order,
That's too simple.
Mugneff, you take. What did I say? 1d10 plus 5, didn't I?
No, you didn't say. You said one.
Mugneff takes 11 points of damage. Volta takes 11 points of damage. Logan, you take 8 points of damage.
damn.
HK, you take 11 points of damage, and our ladyship takes 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Let's go.
So this creature, it kind of like erupts out of the water in various places, and all these heads find their targets so where are we? We have done Logan, we've done HK, we've done Volta, and we've done the creature. I believe we're at Mugneff.
That's correct.
Oh, should I do a concentration check because I've been hit now?
Oh, because you were flying, weren't you? Yes,
Yeah.
I think you should do a concentration check.
Is that a concentration save or a concentration? Yeah, it's a save.
Well, well, in fact, I don't even think there is a dice roll involved, because if you're concentrating, I believe to be attacked breaks your concentration, if I'm not mistaken.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
It depends on
No,
the wording
sometimes-
of your spell.
Sometimes the power of thought is enough to keep you flying.
Power of
okay.
thoughts.
It's like, it's what, 10 plus half the dice roll or something, whichever's higher.
Yeah, you've got to. I think it's a concentration save, I'm imagining.
Well, tell us what the spell actually says, and then we can.
Okay, it doesn't say anything about it, just says concentration. So I'd have to look at what the things for concentration was.
Well, I'm usually wrong with these things, off the top of my head, but
Whatever you
concentration
call, we'll
usually
go
means
with.
if you get damaged, if you take damage during concentration, then
have to
the
take a
concentration. I thought the concentration fails, but
You usually do a roll to hold your concentration, from what I'm aware of. But DM rules,
Yeah.
whatever you say, we'll run with, and we'll check it after getting.
I could be.
Whenever you take damage while you are concentrating on a spell, you must make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration.
Okay, so
DC equals 10, or half the damage you take, whichever number is higher.
okay, so go for a con save then.
Faz.
That in mind.
So my con save plus 20. So we're still flying, baby.
You're still flying. That's cool.
Go with the trusty die.
So we're over to Mugneff to find out what's going to happen next.
As I've got no trust in doing any firing here from what Mrs. What's her name said, I'm gonna get my crossbow out, on that up, and take an aim at the one that attacked me. So, that's. Ooh, Luck's with me on this one. 20 natural.
Ooh, magnet.
20
Makes it
hit.
first.
Excuse me.
A magnet.
Yeah.
Oh, magnet, you're so bad.
So you damage, you hit.
I've got to actually find my dice now. I'm not used to finding them.
I don't think you've hit a single thing started doing it.
So,
One moment where he just goes over the outfield.
It's going to be epic.
yeah. No, it's unfortunately not. I won 7 for light crossbow, unfortunately.
Damage-wise, 7, yeah?
Hey, it's more than any of us have done so far, bud.
Yeah. It's... yeah.
You get
There's
That's
not
magnet.
much I can do.
That is the most amount of damage you've done, so that is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
After you goes Harriet. Let me bring up the character sheet.
Go, Harriet. Go, Harriet. Not that we can speak.
Rude. What are you being so rude for?
I'm not being
Oh,
rude. I
hold
can't
on.
speak. I'm underwater.
Oh, it sounds a bit rude.
What type of damage was the bite?
Just piercing.
Oh,
Oh.
I took half damage, bitch.
Then I should have taken half damage as well because I've got resistance to piercing. So yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Well, Harriet is going to make 2 attacks, both short sword attacks. Let's see if she can get past the armor. 16. Oh my gosh, she's got 16 plus 7. So that's
Oh my god.
that's
Go
gonna hit.
ahead. Yeah.
First one hits, and second one hits. Okay, that's fine. And then she does 1d6 plus 5. I don't know how them created Harriet as a NPC via D&D Beyond. They gave us some usual PC stats.
Yeah.
But I think that's the right way of doing it, really, for a PC or an NPC that's probably going to follow you around for a while. So I've been marching. But she does 8 points of damage to start with, and then she does 18 points of damage as a whole. So
Not bad. Not bad.
she's
We're in the sewers with Lara Croft then, basically.
you are in the sewers with Lara Croft. Now I have to do some maths. So that's 20. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. So you see her, and she sort of takes these 2 swords from behind her, and starts doing damage whilst in the water. Short swords do not have this advantage in the water, and that's luckily what she's equipped with. So
Well, she's flying, so it's kind of like
she's
like a
flying.
hidden dragon.
Yes,
So
she's flying.
like
You're absolutely right.
doing that wire work. Sort of water level. Cool.
Well, we come back then to HK, who is in the water and is at disadvantage, unfortunately. Or are you?
Okay. I'm gonna not be happy that he bit me. So my eyes are gonna go from red to the purple, and you just hear like Logan can hear it relatively clearly being underwater, but the others can kind of hear it muffled. It's just a dial-up fucking sound, like rage. And I'm just gonna pull out my god hammer. And I'm just gonna try and
Bye bye, Logan.
Oh no.
I'm not using the charges in this one. Wait, I saw a thing. Oh no, reckless attack. That was it on the first one. So I would usually get advantage on the hit, but because I'm underwater and I'm at disadvantage, it puts it back to regular.
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
Straight roll. It was good, but it was cocked.
Yeah.
It's less good. 15 to hit.
15. just hits.
Oh, motherfucker! Oh yes, that's good. That's strength. That's strength. 12, 15 damage.
Cool. So as you hit him, it's kind of difficult. Oh, did you go disadvantage on that one because you're using your hammer?
That was the one where it was a straight roll because I used reckless attack to gain advantage.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, regardless of being underwater, you swing the hammer with as much force as you can and smack into this creature. You're kind of viewing its body more than anything else because everything else is out of the water at the moment and floating around. It looks to you to be kind of like dragon-like, but not quite. Not entirely sure, but there are definitely multiple heads
Digits.
or appendages going on. But it seemed to recoil slightly from you as you hit it with that amount of damage, and that's great.
Have another attack.
You have another attack, go for it.
This one is at disadvantage. Uh, 18 to hit.
18 hits. I will tell you now 15. So, definitely
Okay. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. No problems. Anything else that actually wants to do?
Raging, attack. Bonus action. You can make a weapon. Bonus action attack.
Sweet, go for it.
That's over 15. Damage there. 7.
7 points.
Yeah. Just like super slow motion.
Whack. Boom.
It's significant though, and regardless, yeah, okay, underwater you might be like, but it's enough that whatever this creature is, you slam it in the side perhaps, and it's enough that it goes. You do hear noise from it, and on the surface, everyone else kind of sees whatever the multiple heads are, just sort of lurched to one side. You have done significant damage. That would bring us then to Logan. You're in the water.
Logan, the savior of the day.
Now you will be at disadvantage. Stabby weapons.
So,
Unless you do, I mean, I might be wrong. You might have stabby weapons, but
15 for a hit.
15 does hit, yeah.
That's good. So,
What are you going with?
oh
What
my
are you-
bad. My big bastard sword.
Okay, so you need to be at disadvantage, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have to roll twice and give us a lower.
I did.
Okay, so that is your hit. Okay, that's fine.
So, damage. 1d6. So 13 damage for the first one.
13 on the first hit. No
And his
problems.
second attack misses, and then he gets reckless for 14 misses as well. Shit.
It does. Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately, yeah. Water's a bugger.
That's all I
Water's a
can
bugger.
temporarily do. Once I miss, it breaks my chain. That's all he can do.
Cool.
He gets one big slice in, and then he's, I guess, regaining his composure, holding his breath. The whole lot.
No problem. Volta, it is your go.
I will try once again with the twin beams of Eldritch Blast. So now that it's come up out of the water, am I just rolling flat?
It is. Its body is not. Its necks and heads are out of the water. You are
Then
not,
if it ends with
however,
damage.
but you're not using melee weapons. So I wouldn't say you're at disadvantage. Unless there is some form of you're swimming or treading water and you can't cast because you need your arms to swim. I don't know. I don't think that's a rule in the books, as far as I know.
Cool. It's just because obviously he was underwater last time, so I was at disadvantage. So I just wanted to make sure that it was flat.
Oh yeah.
Popping his head
Oh
out.
no, because you were flying. You're flying. I'm being really rubbish. You're flying, so you're at complete. You know, you can do what the hell you want, as
Cool.
long
Then
as casting your spell does not interrupt concentration on flying.
doesn't say it does.
I don't
Just
think
check.
a quick cantrip is
No,
going
only
to
another
interrupt
concentration spell would disrupt it.
flying.
Yeah, another concentration spell would disrupt it,
Yeah.
but not
I
a
think you're
flat
fine.
cantrip.
No, I think you're fine.
Then the first one is a 26 to hit,
It hits.
Let's go.
and that will do. Ooh, yes, we like that. That will do 15 points of Eldritch Blastly damage.
Yep.
The first beam. And the second one is. Yes! It is a natural 20. 29 to hit.
Oh, natural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Don't forget the crit rule. We use the high rolls. For anyone watching, we crit roll. If you get a nat 20, you do max damage and then roll the dice. So give us your max and then roll the dice.
So my max is 15.
Yeah.
And then I get 1d10 plus 5, which is another 9. So that would be 24 points of
So-
Eldritch goodness.
24 points of Eldritch total. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you go, you see this creature. Well, from your point of view, you see the next, but you're firing into its mass, and underwater, HK probably sees light penetrating through and explosions of light. You from the top see the same thing, but less dramatic. What you do see is the heads. They're all pretty. I suppose imagine Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom with the Diplodocus thing on the end of the pier, right, raising his head up and shouting. That's what you see. It's not dead, but it is significantly damaged. Significantly damaged. From Volta, it is going to be its go, the creature's go. It is going to use a layer action. A layer action which I lined up and completely forgot about. But I have wrote it down somewhere. Ah, there it is. So, for everyone, this is for everyone in the water. So not for her ladyship, not for Volta, and not for
Me.
Magnath.
Magnath.
HK and Logan, you're going to have to make me a strength check. Would please.
I will indeed. Look at the. Would this matter that I'm underwater? Do I get disadvantage or?
No, I just need. Well, in fact, yeah. At this.
My bad.
You're not planted on the floor.
A check, not a save.
I got 14
No.
with my plus 8.
HK, you are planted on the floor, so whatever your strength is. Wow, it doesn't really matter.
I got 6.
Cool. Okay. So what you see from underneath the water is this creature withdraws. So everyone on the surface or above the surface sees the heads drop underneath the water, and it sort of pulls itself back into another room or a chamber and drops down
alcohol.
And as it drops down, what you're checking your strength for is, can you withstand the currents involved in this? And it kind of starts rotating as it goes down, and it's pulling you underneath the water even further, using effectively a whirlpool.
Oh no.
And that's fine. You are sucked down with it, however.
Nice choice of words.
Hey,
I think I am.
are you just being dirty again?
I'm always being dirty.
It's being
Hello,
rude,
daughter.
darling. Rude. Rude, I tell you.
Well, after all this happened, after you see and your comrades pulled, or I presume you'd assume pulled, Mugnef, it is your go. It has come out of this chamber where you are. It's no longer there, and it has dropped down. You might not be in range any longer.
I'll go and see if I can actually see it.
You're above the water, so you won't be able to see it. It has gone underneath the water.
Was the ring? I'll just say, can anybody see where this thing's gone?
It's taking us deeper.
Down,
We're
down,
going
deeper, and down.
underground.
Hang on, are you guys still holding HK's rope?
We were never holding HK's rope. HK never gave us his rope, he just died.
Well, we've got 6 seconds around, so let's spend too long metagaming.
Okay.
And real quickly, it's going to be you and your go.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna just I can head for the rope. I'm gonna see if I can find one of the ropes, grab them, pull it.
Give me an investigation, and it's going to be a high DC.
And I roll another one, 3.
A 3, yeah, no. You sort of try and look for any sign of a rope or anything you can grab hold of, but no, you don't. And if it was there, it's gone. I'm going to skip ahead of Mugnef, unfortunately, and go to Harriet. She's going to, while suspended, she's going to make a similar check. Can she see where they've gone? No, she's got a really low roll as well. So at the moment we have Logan and HK have been sucked into this vortex along with the creature. Volta, Mugnef and Harriet have got no idea where they've gone. We come back to HK.
Wasn't expecting.
So you are being
Actively
dragged.
Yeah.
Being dragged below.
What does that mean?
For you, you don't have to breathe, so you're okay. But of course, any weapon attacks are advantage using your hammer, and you are going to continue to sink as far down as whatever this
God damn.
thing goes. It is looking pretty wounded, this creature, though. It's not particularly got much life left in it.
It's just the water that's got me. It's not like physically got me grappled.
No, there's no physical grapple. It is like it is literally a vortex.
Like
Well,
a vortex
pulling you
maelstrom kind
down.
of thing.
Then I will make 3 attacks with my hand axe.
yep.
So is that straight? Because it's choppy choppy.
Choppy choppy. Sword is choppy
No, it
choppy.
had to be a piercing
Okay.
rather than slashing weapon. But otherwise, you're at disadvantage, basically. Anything that's not piercing is disadvantage.
Javelins.
You
but-
got this.
Go away, Siri.
I use the
Siri has decided to interject.
Theory, what should we do?
Don't ask him for opinions.
So 18 to hit the first one.
That absolutely hits.
12 points of damage.
12. Ah, that's quite good. So 12 points of damage. You're relying on me to do maths at the same time, which is not great. As it sort of seems to be spiraling down, 12 points of damage is quite significant, and you sort of see it slow down significantly in this vortex action.
Okay. Try again. Slow down some more.
Slow down.
6. That was 15, wasn't it?
15 to hit, yeah.
Oh, come on. 9 points of damage.
Cool.
Final hit. So then, with pants again, another 9.
To hit or damage wise?
Damage.
Well, as this thing is spiraling downwards and you even underwater with the resistance of the water, you do finally seem to stop it from its spiral, and this conglomeration of necks attached to a body just completely grinds to a halt and then finally drops without any sound. You have successfully killed this creature.
Shit.
However, yourself and Logan, probably momentum-wise, are going down. You are certainly going down because you're heavy. So it'll be down to Logan. Can I have a flying? What would you put down for a smite? Athletics, I suspect. Try and get
I
out
like
of it.
athletics. 16 plus 8. 24.
Cool. So you can start swimming away.
Yeah, so I would just want to break for the surface.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, because otherwise it could be out of breath. HK, you're gonna have to make again an athletics. I would say at disadvantage because you are heavy.
I got that 20. 7 plus. 14. That's pretty good athletics.
I reckon you're all recovering on the surface or nearby, maybe a ledge, something like that. And everyone's like, "Where's HK? Where's HK?" And then finally, out of the gloom, you see him break the surface finally.
There he blows.
And there he is. And he's grabbing hold of the nearest thing he can to like secure himself. And with that bombshell, I think that's a good place to end because it is 11. Near enough. We didn't get everything done I wanted to do, but that's okay because we had a
When do we ever?
exactly. But we had a fun combat. Questions still to be answered. And we will answer those questions. But I think that was quite a fun little...
Yeah, that was good.
Arr.
Well,
a fun little session.
what we're going to do, we're going to send you over to someone, do a raid. That'd be nice. If you like what you see, do a follow. If you feel like it, drop a few emotes, say hi, all that good stuff, show some love. But massive thank you to Ben and Corbs and Dan and Mr. DM. This is the wrong screen, it's that screen. DM up there. For writing all this, putting all this together, and putting up with the amount of technical issues we have had. But we'll be live on Thursday with No Man's Sky and Then 2 weeks again today. We'll be back 8:30 for the usual hydrate. I will hydrate. I do not have a drink with me right now. But I will
Yeah,
grab
you
one.
owe me a hydrate as well, because I made you hydrate when you were in the water.
Oh, my bad.
So
I
have it.
will drink in 2 seconds. Thank you, Kite. Also glad to see you. So let's go over and show
what's a
some
hydrate?
love. A hydrate is you can spend channel points. You see that little leaf at the bottom corner? You collect leaves by watching, and you can spend them on certain commands and stuff.
Okay.
So you can spend them
That's
to
good. I have to
influence
use my
actions and
14,000
stuff.
of them.
14,000. So yeah, this is someone who's only got one viewer. Let's go and just cheer him up a little bit. Drop some like emotes and shit. Let's go.
Get these fool boys.
Well, thank you everyone for watching as well. And guess the creature. Have you dropped the live feed there, Steve?
Yes,
We're
the
right.
raid counted on, but we can still hear each other, and my recording will still record us, so you can carry on. So
I was
for
going
the
to say,
effect
if
of-
you guess the creature that the gang with, then please do let us know. Of course, join us on Facebook at Vaybaba D and D, ampersand DND. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching. That was going to be my message, but
my bad. But we when you set a raid, you get like a countdown, and then it just goes. But you can carry on talking as normal because this will all be still in the actual recording. If that makes sense.
right, okay. Well, anyway, thanks, guys.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
It wasn't the lore dump episode that I wanted. We deal with the creature
No.
quicker, but you did go into it in the most possibly awkward way. Most awkward possible way.
Well, if you're going to jump into the fast-flowing water without giving it any thought, then, what are you going to do?
I did have to do an awful lot of research. How does water work in D&D? How does swimming work? How does drowning work? How does this work? How does that work?
This is kind of why I suggested the dry way.
Yeah, I should listen more often, but I knew something fun was going to happen, so yeah.
Well, that's why I said, or the NPC told you that the corridors were tidal. The idea was I was going to sort of get you in. Either way, I think you'd have had the combat, but it was more a case of you get halfway through it and then, oh no, the tide's coming in.
Yeah, whatever
yeah.
way we choose, I knew we were going to have something, probably.
Something going on.
It wasn't meant to be a hard encounter.
It seemed to work well, the intermission-y thing. People were interacting, and having people like yourselves in doing the typing when people asked certain things was good.
Oh, it definitely worked.
Yeah.
I think it told the story a little better than
Yes.
you having to sort of take time out and respond to chat.
Yeah.
It's just what
It
I've
was just trying to
seen
find
from
that-
other stream.
The balance, but when you sent me that other stream, it worked well, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I sent it for you to have a think on.